Yes, we say rub your hands with the sanitizer before you enter into the world because there is a COVID outside. So we have to secure our mind, which is in peace and happiness, before we go outside and interact with the world. Otherwise, we will blame and complain and react. Did you understand this? Then the journey will continue with the suffering. And what exactly is the journey of the Eastern wisdom? My master used to say that the world is like a water and the mind is the milk. If you pour milk into the water, they become one, and we do not recognize who is responsible for my stress and suffering. Now there is a mixture. Mixture is a confusion. A lazy plus genius boy I was talking to and entered, lazy but genius. So mother told the boy, please go outside and bring some butter for me for the kitchen. Lazy boy but genius. That is our day-to-day life. So he went into kitchen and took out a big box of yogurt. Mom, here is butter. Crazy boy, what you are talking? Where is the butter? The butter is hidden in the yogurt. Is it not true? So, but we need to churn the yogurt to extract the butter from it. We have to churn our life, our thoughts, our feeling, our emotions, the state of our mind, to extract the butter from it. Then you can declare, I love peace, and instantly you say, yeah, peace is my nature. Do I love happiness? Yes, happiness is my nature. Do I love knowledge? Knowledge is my nature. Do I love to survive? Existence is my nature. Look at those people in the hospital. They like to survive. Their limbs are gone. Take some examples. Third heart attack, I like to survive. Do you see that? I had a wonderful student who is hardly 27, 28 years old on Monday's sessions. So he asked me, after attending few sessions, he came all the way from New York. He stayed with his uncle in Arizona and he said, I want to meet you. That was his. You cannot imagine that such a smart, intelligent, even physically, mentally, intellectually. So when he came to my house, his lower limbs are not there. And he is a wonderful golf player. That is the way to extract the butter. He never misses a session. I could never think. Later on, he told me that I was on a vacation and driving, and then I met with an accident. So, doctor told me to cut the lower limbs until the knee. So we see, you already know prosthetic, and ultimately prosthetic or whatever you say. That is. So he's working with those legs. You can't imagine. Why? Peace is my nature. I love peace, happiness. Do I like to survive? That survival is existence. If I want to survive, now see, from the ant to the elephant, everyone wants to survive. I can make a choice as a human being, animals cannot make a choice. But still the nature helps them. How? How? Science knows. Darwin theory of evolution, adaptation, adjustment. Animals, are adapted by the nature. We have to make a choice to adapt ourselves to be in peace and happiness. You cannot have everything in your hands. Otherwise, be animal. Suffer. Do you see that? We have to understand, we have to think why intellect is there given to us. To think, to change the right path of my life. So that I do not have insecurity, I do not have fear, I do not have a blame, complain, reaction game. That is what the Eastern wisdom teaches us. And this is not I am speaking. I am so confident only because I carry the tradition. I carry forward the teachings of these 3,000 teachers, 3,000 texts. Once I applied in my life, and I saw this is the only journey. Now begin the journey. We understand. We claim that we understand, but not realize in thought, in speech, and action. Yeah? That is what we understand. So, when we claim we understand, it is not realized in action, it is misunderstanding. There is no Mr. Understanding, it is misunderstanding. Can I realize there is a misunderstanding, there is a confusion? Where the confusion lies in my head. So that misunderstanding and confusion, our master says, it is delusion, it is illusion. I live in hallucinations. I do not appreciate the right path because of past impressions, because of impulsive nature, because of instinctive nature. So two things. First thing, I have to understand clearly. When there is a clarity, delusion is gone, then I have to take care of the mind. The mind that is impulsive, instinctive, impulsive, habitual must go. That I have already covered in last few sessions. Right knowledge, right understanding. So we are starting the second chapter of this great text, Gita. Second chapter is known as Jnana Yoga. Jnana means knowledge, yoga of knowledge, wisdom. Where the knowledge is located? Intellect. second point. If the knowledge is free from doubt, clarity, there is a clarity, there is no doubt, and there is a conviction, the mind will definitely follow it. But if you think that this knowledge should be twisted according to you, I don't want to use any word, otherwise people will have their political opinion. There is no alternative fact or knowledge. Knowledge is knowledge. I don't want to go, but to remember, knowledge is knowledge. Knowledge do not change. Do you agree? Knowledge do not change. I like John, or someone hates John. I don't want to change my opinion, but I don't want to understand why I like John, why the second guy hates John. That is the job of an intellect. Why I like, why I react, why I blame, why I complain. So if I do not find it out, then the journey of self-discovery will not take place. Because the second chapter is all about knowledge, so I'm giving a brief understanding of this. Now, just think of it. What is the subject matter? Why we are meeting every week? What is the subject matter? Who am I? That is the subject matter. What is my true nature? What is the world outside? Because when I interact with the world, then only there is a problem. So if I know the right nature of this world outside, I'll have no problem. And if I know my true nature, and I already gave you a hint, do you love peace? Peace is your nature. Do you love love? Yes, love is my nature. Do I love to survive? Existence is my nature. Our master says, absolute existence, consciousness, bliss is our essential nature. It cannot be done. What is nature cannot be changed. Do I live into that state 24/7? No. So there is a misunderstanding, there is a confusion, there is a delusion. I have to remove it. That is why we are understanding this. How simple it is. Then, am I interested in it? Am I committed to it? Am I sincere? That makes me a seeker. I just, I think a couple of months before I concluded this youth teachers training with Casey. Ann knows Casey, who moved from New Jersey to Arizona. So we've concluded. So there was a beautiful little girl, going to be 16 years. No, I have to find a house so that, I have applied for learning, for a driving license, so I'll be getting a driving license, and ultimately I will choose my future life. That is the way to be a seeker. If I am not a seeker, am I a qualified seeker on this path? Day before yesterday, this woman called me from India, whom I know almost, and her husband for the last 20 years. So how are you doing? So I'm doing same as you have left me. But sir, you already know my honey doesn't allow me to work. That is why I said you are 100% wrong. Again, you have started blaming, complaining, and reacting your honey. You see, mind is impulsive, instinctive, and habitual. Nothing will happen. Because in India, I saw two beautiful kids. They have son and daughter. And now the son got, I think, 100% marks in mathematics and science in India, and Canadian University accepted him. Living into the same environment, both are crazy. The couple is really crazy. They don't want to do anything. They just want to lie with eyes closed, dreaming $1 million will come to them in their bank account. It will not happen. And even if it happens, if you win a lottery, last year I think I analyzed, and there was an analysis of around 100 people who became millionaire because of lottery. 80% failed in their life. They lost all the money. You can Google out and you can find out. So I have to be, second thing is I have to be a seeker. If I am not a seeker, what I will get? Now ask yourself. Subject matter, clear? I am a qualified seeker, clear? Third is what I will get. You will not get anything. Continue the journey or stop it. You will not get anything. Why? Do you love peace? Peace is your nature. It is already hidden inside. Love is already hidden inside. Happiness is already inside. You are uncovering, you are unveiling your essential nature. What you will get? You will get nothing. It is already with you. Only change will happen that now you live in peace, happiness, love, and wisdom 24/7. There is an end of suffering. There is no insecurity. There is no fear. There is no doubt. There is no blame. There is no complaint. You have changed. Did you understand the question and the answer? You won't get anything. Very 100% clear. Why? Because if you are not clear, I will get something. Oh, from tomorrow, this guy will love me. It will never happen. The guy doesn't know what the love is and where the love is located. Guy or girl, how he will or she will be able to achieve that. So by teaching like this, our mind takes a break. Happiness is not outside, it is within me. Love is not outside, it is within. Do I love to survive? We are in a hospital and ultimately the doctor says, I am sorry. Only I. Do I love to survive? Why I talk like this? How the masters of Eastern wisdom guides when their students are in delusion, hallucinations, misunderstanding, confusion. I already explained all this, right? So I'm just reproducing. I modified, I personalized this session sometime in a group and individually, but here it is very good. I have all the wise people with me. So I must speak about what the master answered when the seeker who was extremely intelligent. You can think of it that in this text, Arjuna was a seeker, the name of the Arjuna, and compare Arjuna with Bill Gates. That will make you understand easily. The way he is undergoing divorce and etc., and loveless life. So he spoke the same thing. So you see, in the society, he was recognized as a great warrior, genius. He was never defeated in any war in those times. But then he was shivering with the fear, full of anxiety, delusion and depression. What was the first answer? Guidance by the master. So I created the entire story so that you should understand. Direct answer. What the master says. What the master said. If I translate that verse and then I will, he had, he came to the master with a sad and big face. What should I do? Depression, discouragement, delusion. He was totally full of distress. Now the master answers. Master says, "You crazy guy, how come the dejection, the stain and darkness of the self in this hour of difficulty and peril? This is not the way a wise people think and act." Do you see? Did you understand that point? Then in those days, people used to talk about heaven and hell. This is not the way to go to heaven. And neither it will bring heaven on the earth. You will continue to suffer. If you misunderstand, you are in delusion who you are. Now let us understand in the way the modern times. Can you say the Bilguts? You are crazy. You are full of delusion. You are full of misunderstanding. It is your problem that you lived your loveless life. Can anyone say to him? No. Because his genius of what he has done in the material world hypnotizes our mind. No, after all, he has achieved everything. It may be the mistake of the other women. That's why he lived the loveless life. Our masters point out that if you experience the problem, you are the problem. Find out the confusion. Remove the confusion in you. Understand it. So the second chapter we are beginning with understanding intellectually, followed by the practice. Master said, "I pity on you. You are the craziest person." He used the 3 words. But before that, understand the mature mind, mature intellect, and a weak mind. Mind with impulse, habit, move to danger, fear, insecurity. Animal mind is limited. So we take over that animal mind in our life, we limit it by ego. And that ego react, resist, fight, anger, hesitate. This is our life. Did you understand that point? Animal mind is limited. How can a human being with an animal mind can ever be happy? It can only happen by the intellect. I told you before, animal mind cannot change outer situation. They are programmed by nature, and adaptation and adjustment comes after millions of years of adaptation. Do you see that? We are given the intellect. I can adapt and adjust by making a right choice. Do you see that point? That is how deeply our masters of the Eastern wisdom say, check yourself. Do you have an intellect? Yes. Can you observe? Yes. Can you separate the event? Yes. Can I make a choice? Yes. You are a qualified seeker. If you use the intellect, you can remove the confusion from your life and you can live. So the master answers when the seeker is in delusion. The master says, you are crazy, living in delusion. Do you think the master is nasty? These masters are very tough. They teach us, they guide us. They do not have any sympathy. They may have empathy. They want to help us and guide us to follow the right path. So what is the message? The master here is Krishna, who is the originator of the entire Eastern wisdom, yoga, meditation, mindfulness. After that, Buddha came and Buddha taught. So master totally disagrees, rejects the state of mind of the seeker. Provided if you are a seeker, if we are a seeker, we will continue to learn. Now if I say you are crazy, go ahead. I don't want to talk to you. Until you remove your craziness, you will definitely leave me. What the heck? Do you think that you are a great guy? No, but that is the teaching of the Eastern wisdom. So I create an environment, a situation by giving lot of examples, and then I come to the main point. 3 words he used that must be understood. You are unworthy to be a human being, master says to the seeker. You have already understood what does it mean by being unworthy of being a human being in reference to the mind and intellect. Second, you are heading to hell, means continued suffering, reaction, resistance. Why? Because you are not looking into your mind that is impulsive, instinctive, habitual, blaming the entire world. You are not seeing, you are not understanding that peace is your essential nature, happiness is your essential nature. First you have to stick to that, then we will find out where the peace is. Are you getting it? So he says, no, you are heading to the hell. You will go to the hell instead of heaven. I'm not saying, I'm just, what master is saying, hell is constant suffering. Third, can you ever imagine that anyone can say to our friend, I don't want to name him again and again. So, master says you are disgraceful. Finish. You don't understand. Why you don't understand? You are in delusion. But this seeker says, please make me understand. Please make me understand. Eastern wisdom gives 1000 volt of shock to our crazy mind by saying this. That is the reason the master says you are disgraceful, fast, you are in delusion, you will never go to hell. No, you will never go to heaven, you will always go to hell. If you think like this, means you will continue to suffer. What is the takeaway? That if I am in anxiety, stress, duality, conflict, problem, fear, insecurity, my mind is crazy. I have to set my mind free from this. I have to go back. I have to hammer my mind again and again by intellect, by the knowledge, by the understanding that what is the subject matter, why I am suffering. I am suffering because of my mind. Mind is the cause of all the suffering. My mind. If I do not think and contemplate, sometime I am not able to find it out. That is the reason, Then people join me for the personalized. Personalized session means that, I pinpoint, I direct, I make you focus. So that, did you understand the first point? The takeaway is, if I am suffering, it is because I am responsible for my sorrow and suffering. I am responsible for my peace and happiness, love and wisdom. Nobody else in this world. No situation, no condition. Why? Do you love happiness? Happiness is your nature. Do you love to survive? Existence is your nature. Do you love peace? Peace is your nature. No, but I am in stress, confusion, delusion, hallucination. That can only be removed by the knowledge first, followed by the practice. Did you get it? Did you get it? If you get it, then we will start our practice. Let us start our practice. Eyes are closed. Eyes are closed. Let us directly purify the mind or give a shock to the mind. Bring your right hand on the nostril. The middle two finger touches the left nostril and the thumb is touching the right nostril. Middle two finger, thumb. Now close the left nostril with the middle two fingers. Gently pressed and start breathing long, deep in the hissing from the right nostril. Long, deep in the hissing breath. Make a louder noise, as loud as possible. So we call it an alternative long breathing and the hissing breathing. Why we say it? It clears the mind. Understand, the breathing clears the mind. Continue. Now stop it and gently close the right nostril with the right hand thumb and start breathing long, deep in the hissing through the left nostril. Long, Long, deep in the hissing breath. Please continue. Long, deep in the hissing breath. We are ready and committed. Continue. And now bring the right hand down. Start breathing long, deep in the hissing through both the nostrils. Long, deep in the hissing breath. 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 And now stop it. Allow the breath to be normal. Look at the tip of the nostrils. Is the flow of both the nostrils are equal? Normally, in a Tantra discipline, we need to do the practice 9 minutes on the right side, 9 minutes on the left nostril, 9 minutes on both the nostrils. That means 27 minutes continuously without break. But we are not yet ready. So we just did it between 30 to 40 seconds in the first round. So once we have understood that was a trial, now can we do it 1 minute on the right, left and both the nostrils, keeping your focus deep inside the forehead. Instantly you may feel as if the mind becomes blank. So bring the right hand again on the nostril, close your left nostril and start breathing long, deep and hissing through the right nostril. Put your force, intensity, 1 minute each time. Long, deep, right nostril at this moment. Keep your focus inside the forehead. Keep your focus inside the forehead. Continue. 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 Now close the right nostril and start breathing long, deep in the hissing through the left nostril. Continue. You will find one side of the nostril has an equal flow. It is good. Our flow, both the nostrils should be equal. Continue long, deep in the hissing breath. Long, deep in the hissing breath. Let me make the today's practice little intensive. And now bring the right hand down. Continue with both the nostrils. Keep your jaws together. Teeth are one over the other with the pressure, and then you inhale in long inhalation, long exhalation. But check that your focus remains inside the forehead. Normally it comes in the third round. Long, deep in the hissing breath. Continue. Long, deep in the hissing breath. Long, deep, and the hissing breath continues, purifying the mind. Why? We have already discussed illusion, hallucination. Even after understanding, the intellect is not able to tap the mind. Leave this practice, do nothing, keep looking at the tip of the nose, check. The flow of both the nostrils are equal, and if that is equal, the mind has already gone inside. What did you mean by it? Flow of the air from the right and the left are equal. You can check it during the day. When that flow is equal, you will find your mind is calm, responsive, in peace. You see the secret of it? We have hundreds of these tips. So, but if it is not, then what the seeker does, the seeker continues the practice until the flow of both the nostrils are equal. So let us have the third round. Close your left nostril with the right hand, middle two fingers, and start breathing long, deep in the hissing through the right. We want to be intensive. You all are seekers. Long, deep in the hissing. One nostril will remain obstructed, so you need not to worry about it. Give a push. Clear it. Continue. Long, deep in the hissing breath. And now close the right nostril, start with the left. Long, deep in the hissing breath. Long, deep in the hissing breath continues. Now bring the hand down with both the nostrils together. Continue. You will discover now both the nostrils are getting more opened. Better flow. Just I'm giving you a trial to make you understand how many practices we have in the journey of the self-discovery. And now stop it. Look at the flow of both the nostrils, the flow of the air from both the nostrils. The moment you find the flow almost seems equal, the mind is already within. We have done 9 minutes in total, but I told you how far the journey is. Now in that state, let us do to achieve the same state of the mind by a passive method. Look at the head and the neck, move the mind on the head and the neck, as if the mind is touching every cell of the head and the neck. Just be there. No action. And experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. You see another personalized customization of the practice? Then move the mind on the right arm. The right arm moving the mind as if the mind is touching every cell of the right arm from the shoulder to the fingertips. Sensation, relaxation, and sensation means you may feel maybe shivering, tingling, numbness, freezing. What should you do? Recognize it and accept it. We are moving the mind within. Move the mind on the left arm from the shoulder to the fingertips. Same way, the mind is touching every cell, so you may have a tingling, numbness, freezing, heat, cold. Yeah, let it happen. Recognize, accept it. But the main thing, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Middle portion of the body. Middle portion means from the shoulder, front chest, belly, back, shoulder blades, and the spine. The entire middle portion of the body. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Mind, right leg. From the right side of the waist, as if the mind is touching every cell, reaching to the toes. I already told you that you will undergo a variety of experiences. Recognize them, accept them, continue the journey. Well then, you experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Left leg. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The entire body. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Now, what happens in the journey, we may find as if the mind wants to be lazy. We don't want to make the mind lazy during the journey. Means sometime it visits and sometime it starts wandering. So we again start with the active step. But it is so simple. Little deep, silent, and slow breathing, which we have done before, so that your mind will remain familiar. So little deep, not very deep, silent, and slow breath. So as you inhale, the moment you start inhaling, move the mind inside the right arm into the blankness and emptiness. And to check the mind through the intellect, you say mentally, sing Om Shanti. Om is real self, Shanti is peace. So when you exhale, move the mind from the fingertips of the right hand to the shoulder, singing mentally in the blankness, Om Shanti. Why blankness? Because then you are not overpowered by any previous past impression in the thought and reaction. Even if those thought comes, they do not disturb you. We'll be doing the same thing inside the left arm. The moment you inhale, the mind moves inside the left arm in the space. In the space means that, even if the thoughts are there, let it be there. Om Shanti. And then moving the mind from the fingertips to the shoulder. Om Shanti. Knowledge is must. You have clearly understood, so that the mind has no chance to complain. Thoughts are there. Oh, let it be there. Why you are paying attention to the thought? Why don't you pay attention to the movement of the mind and the breath and the Om Shanti? Why others are driving like this? When you are driving on the highway, what will happen to you? The mind cannot understand so easily. Now move the mind inside the right leg in the same way as you inhale. So as you inhale, my friend, the mind moves inside the right leg with looking into the space with Om Shanti. I think you all are clear. You all are wise people, so seekers. Practice is only in one, but we are moving it on the major parts of the body to diffuse the stress accumulated by the mind because of the past impressions in the body. That is how we become impulsive, instinctive, and reactive. Now moving the mind inside the left leg. And now moving the mind in the spine from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Om Shanti. And from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Same thing with the entire masses. In 2 days masses, the action and the knowledge should go together. If they do not go together, there will not be change in our attitude, in our behavior, in our personality. Continue. once the mind is deeper within, then the entire journey becomes easy. Now doing nothing. Now we just enter into a state of doing nothing. How? Breath awareness. What is that breath awareness? Keep looking at the breath that is going in and out, feeling the sensation of the breath, second point of awareness, and then no change in the rate, in the rhythm of the breath. Why? So that the mind can easily touch our real self. Purified the mind, check the flow of the nostril, and then we moved the mind within, and ultimately we left the mind naturally, and we see if the mind is living within, and it is coming out with a calmness, peace, relaxation, independent of anything outside. Can you recognize this? Can you put this knowledge into the mind at this mind? Even if 1% calmness, it is independent of anything outside. And if it is 1%, it can become 100%. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside. Know your experiences and bring the hands down. We'll share our experiences. How are you, Anne? I could see her smiling. Good.
Yeah. It was very good and deep meditation for me. Yes.
Very good.
Very good.
Wonderful. How are you, John?
Hi, Girish.
Hi.
I did not have a good meditation.
Why?
It's not your fault. It's not even Bill Gates' fault. It's once again the fire station across the street the fire alarm goes off,
Oh.
the trucks go out, the sirens, and you get the idea.
I had one beautiful woman as a student from Eastern Europe. For the last 1 year, she has been attending, and her problem that she is a school teacher and her house borders the school. They started the football game, and the field is bordering her house. She loves teaching. She's a wonderful teacher. But anytime when the kids start playing the football, their noise, she is totally disturbed. Not for a month, but it has been for the last 1 year. She says that I do not have enough resources to move out of the school. I cannot resign from the school. So she tried putting the cotton buds into the ears. It is not helping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, question, I asked her, does the kids are playing and making a noise that is meant for you? That is the answer to your problems. Is the noise conscious? Is the fire alarm is conscious? And the fire alarm says, I will disturb John today. Understanding is required. That is what I told her. Understand.
Okay,
that is why I told you this story. And she said, what? I said, what? I am crazy. This is what it is. No. I have to think of it over. And now she has started changing. Any, smartphone is inert, not meant to disturb me. If I have put up the alarm at 5:30, it is not meant to disturb. It is programmed. Right? And when it is programmed, how dare anyone outside can ever disturb me? That is the answer. We need to understand. It is not that, simply follow, no, John, you have to do this, and next time it will happen. No. So make us understand. My attention is there. My mind is getting carried away by the things that is outside. It means my mind is already outside. Problem is mind is outside. Problem is not the fire alarm. Problem is not the noise. Problem is not the traffic. Anyhow, how are you, Sophie? Remember that beautiful woman. So
I didn't hear the fire alarm.
You didn't hear?
I heard a little bit but I didn't hear the trucks, no nothing.
You are responsible for failure of John's meditation. You give that noise to the John.
I had a good meditation, but I think I was a little bit sleepy too.
Sleepy too, yes. I checked it and I pointed out. Yes.
Yeah.
But it is okay. Calmness and relaxation. Understand. So, John and everyone, understand that mind says I'm disturbed by anything outside. Okay, ask the question. Is that guy or the person or the noise or the outer situation is attacking me, if it is they are attacking me, they are indivisible, they are conscious. That is outer disturbances through the knowledge that we deal with. Now comes the inner disturbances, as Sophie said that she was feeling sleepy. So make your breath little deeper. The moment, I cannot say because it's a group session. So if you make a breath little deeper, that will again help you to get out of that laziness, and the same thing will help you to get away from the attachment with the fire alarm and all that. I think you love fire alarm, or the fire alarm loves you. I don't know what is the situation.
What if your sinus is blocked or something?
What?
Does that impact?
Now your sinus, you mean to say?
Yeah, I have a sinus that gets blocked all the time.
It will help you in relieving the sinus. Definitely, it will also help you if we continue to do it. How are you?
Very good product.
Very good.
Yeah, the product from Boston, the herb product.
We also have couple of.
It's very effective it clears it's very mild herb solution. Put in the hand. I have it upstairs. I can get it and show you the bottle.
Yeah, you can give. How are you, Mead?
Did you ask me how I am?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I have a feeling of being very grounded and centered,
Very
but
good.
also very alive, excited almost.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Your journey is going on smoothly. That is the right way. That is what is the normal result. That is what happens, That is what happens. It's a beautiful journey. So, we will wait for Anne. I will not. Yes.
We spoke of the intellect.
What did you
the
say?
mind,